Good morning, chat. Afternoon, evening. The stream. We're on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Connors, alien, hominid, UFO training. Let's go. Let's get it. I have to use the arrow keys, maybe. Not the mouse. Yes, sir. It's the arrow keys, not the mouse. Avoid the butt steroids. 1, 2, 3, go. Motorcycle racing.
FlashGames247.com. The future of gaming now.
The future. I don't know about future, bruh. Okay, can you like use the arrow keys maybe? On my ways. Turning tightly. Is there a boost on here? Can I run him off the road? Oof. No, boosting. This is trippy, bro. This is all 2D, by the way. There's no 3D in this. Okay, if you smash them, then they slow you down. Cool game. Play online. It's Wave. No, that's not it. Brave. Russian game. It's a website. And why do people put their Flash websites on the Flash games, like places? What? Unless it's actually a game and I'm just tripping. No, it's just a website. 128. Click to start. What am I supposed to do here? Yeah, and there's no way chat. Spacebar, nothing. No buttons anywhere. Let's try and see if there's like instructions to do. Click, touch, and swipe. Okay. Yeah. Click, touch, and swipe. It's not working to swipe. Yeah, there's no what? How did that happen? Yeah, I don't know what the heck. I don't know why that's doing stuff. I want to like De-wolfization. Wolfization. Part 6. Where's part 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5? Welcome to the new iteration of the Black Dragons Chronicles. To continue the next panel, click the buttons below. We'll be able to locate and click hidden tappy. De-wolfization part 6. The man wanted to change into a wolf. Something went wrong and he became a she-wolf. Once a month, something changes and she turns into a real beast. The plan be simple. Camille be in Camilla's head, so we need to enter and find him. There are only 3 spots, so we have to decide how to optimally split our group. How are they going? How are they doing? Wait, you're telling me that the one confronting the beast is, according to the plan, each entered a different area of the patient's psyche. Hurt is looking for Camille. Dimitri deals with Camilla. Hey, the ratings aren't bad. I'm sure they are all safe in the... Look, it's Camille. He's not answering. We need to snap him out of it. I didn't want to scare you, but even though time flows a lot slower here, in fact, we're kind of in a hurry. And then either they get out or it'll fry their brains. It will do what? No worries, they have time. How much? I don't know. About 90 seconds? Outside the team fights against time. Put ice on them. What? Ghost, use all the batteries we've got left. Volv's Teddy too. Alfred, keep him inside as long as possible. As long as you can. No problemo. Where do you think you're going? Camille! Wake up. We need to draw his attention. I fear he's been like that for some time now. What if he's just been focused on fishing for too long? Maybe if we made him think he caught something, he'd snap out of it. But what would he catch anyway? Oh no. So humiliating. Stop whining. You'll get you down in a sec. Pull. Ha! I caught something. Something's happening. Camille lost all of her fur from her face. Show. Trauma. Hurt, you can let go. It's not me. Guys, I think I actually did catch something. He actually catch something. Girl. Quickly do something. We're almost out of time. But what? The mind amplifies every sensation to an incredible degree. We just need a strong stimulus. Stimulus? Oh, well, give him a stimulus. Well, if we'll see he's so calm after he tastes cowbunga. the psionic nutcracker. Ah. My eardrums. He's opening his eyes. Camille, my precious. Wait, what happened? Is it over? I really need to drink. And when a dwarf wants to drink, he better guess what? Did I just say dwarf? Then where are my lady parts? Did I just say lady parts? Did I just say dwarf? Oh. Camille will be 20% cooler now. Multiplied by 4. I need a hug. You're probably wondering if all these changes will affect Camille's sanity. Well, you can't affect something that wasn't there in the first place. What happened in the meantime, that story will be told in the next strip. Cool. Or if only in 9 minutes, it feels like 20 minutes. I might make this one really short, because I'm tired. Long day. Oh, it's one of these again. Okay. People should have the power to choose their leaders, obviously. Local governments can understand their citizens better than the national government could. I'd say that's probably true. Some freedom must be given up in order to keep people safe. Maybe. I guess so. Some freedom. But they could be, like, it could be under the guise of safety, quote unquote safety. but really it's not like for the necessarily the people's best interest. So let's say neutral, unsure. Any deals other countries want must be bad for us. That's not true. There must be a separation between church and state. Like if they have different motives, then yeah, I guess so. Like how are you gonna have the church unless the state is a church state, if that's even a thing, or whatever that would mean, but it would have to be unified. So I'd say there has to be a separation usually. Governments should be as concerned about foreign citizens as they are about those within their borders. What does that mean? Like foreign citizens outside? Like this is very broad a question. Like it's not very specific. Like what are these aliens? Are they just visitors, or like I guess it all depends on a bunch of different things. Like factually or objectively, most illegal immigrants are not exactly beneficial to like the current citizens that live there. So if that's the question, then like objectively speaking, you don't have to have feelings or anything like that. Or it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like it's if they're get legal citizenship, sure, go ahead, do that. But if they're illegal citizens or illegal aliens, it's not beneficial to our nation. So objectively, they should be concerned. Oh, as they are about within their borders. So if governments are already concerned about citizens within their borders, what does concern mean? What does that entail? Governments should be as concerned about foreign citizens as they are about those within the borders. I'd say more so. If not more so. We should be more accepting to other cultures, obviously. Well, obviously there are ground rules, like some I'm not just this is probably the case. I'm sure there are like places in the world where there's no Wi-Fi, no electricity, in like tribal areas where it's tradition to maybe sacrifice your kids to a god or something like that. So obviously they're free to do what they want with their own free will, but you're not going to adapt their culture, so to speak. So but like if I assume it's not referring to those kind of cultures. I just like I don't know, sombreros or tacos or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, I'd say we should be accepting of cultures. Like it's a mixing pot, right? The whole world should be a mixing pot, not a segregated plate of your vegetables and meats and mashed potatoes and everything neatly organized. We should have a shepherd's pie. So definitely need to accept cultures more. We must actively promote foreign products. I don't know. I wouldn't say we must. Obviously, it can be beneficial in some ways, and maybe negative in others. So I'm partially agree with that. There should be compulsory military service. Compulsory. Is that like for like on the dot? Like what is that? What am I trying to articulate here? Like compulsory, is that like sporadic or oh, compulsory means required. Oh, okay. Military service? So you have to work for the military? So school is compulsory. There should be compulsory military service. I don't think everyone needs to be legally required to serve in the military. Or is this only for select group, like select people? I'd say partially disagree. An unregulated economy will never succeed. What does regulated mean in this sense? Like, an unregulated economy will never succeed. I wouldn't say our economy is even regulated that well. I mean, come on, the U.S. debt has like over $6 trillion in there, right? Or 8 trillion. And the funny thing is, they use taxes to help pay off debt. But there's no point in doing that because you're not going to pay off the debt, the national debt, right? So why waste tax money, tax dollars on something you're never going to complete? It doesn't benefit really anyone by paying off the debt. Or maybe it does. Maybe I have no idea what I'm talking about. But if you're never going to pay it off, the interest just keeps getting higher. Why waste money, valuable tax dollars, when you could be using it to better the nation instead of paying off some debt that, I mean, who is a nation even indebted to? Like, how did that even become a thing? The banks? I don't know, bro. The national debt's just stupid. An unregulated economy will never succeed. Partially agree. Because you have to have some, I don't know, regulations, I guess. Most economic problems we see today are not caused by capitalism, but by government. Capitalism? Is that like, I'm tired, bro. I'm actually so tired. Capitalism is an economic system where individuals and businesses own property and resources, and they use them to make goods and services for profit. So we see capitalism already. Prices are mostly set by supply and demand. People own businesses. Businesses compete with each other. So capitalism is basically the concept of people owning capital. That makes sense. But yeah, obviously, the affirmative action is mostly beneficial. In what way? Affirmative action? I have no idea. Classes should not exist. Racial classes? Social classes? Social classes, I suppose. That's an interesting thought. Like, you have rich or you have the wealthy, then you have the middle class and the lower class and the upper class and the poor people. I don't know, the homeless. I don't really know classes. In what sense, though? These questions are so broad. In what sense should classes not exist? There are certain areas, I guess, where if you didn't have a class system, I actually don't even know. I don't know. Most bad things happen in the world are caused by us turning away from religion. Most bad things? I mean, objectively speaking, like if the Bible is true, objectively speaking, yeah, kind of. I mean, like, not throwing shade on other religions, but if you followed the laws of the Bible given by God, you wouldn't really be at conflict with anyone, or like we'd probably see a lot less like rampant murders and all that bad things, right? I mean, there's a lot of good teachings in there of what to do and what not to do. So if this is the context, like turning away from religion, I'd say yeah, I agree with that. Like that's obviously the biggest thing is like greed and whatever, selfishness, and the fact that we have free will. So, but then yeah, you turn away from religion. Okay. The right to bear arms should not be infringed upon. Infringed. Like it should not be challenged or contested. Debated or infringed. Overstepped. Broken. The right to bear arms should not be broken. Yeah, encroached on, especially when it comes to rights, rules, laws. Again, it's all about context. It's a very broad question. The right to bear arms should not be infringed. It depends on the person. Maybe there is specific laws and rules that I don't really know about in terms of the actual right to bear arms. Like obviously there's certain rules, right? You can't be aggressive or something. I don't know. I've never read the right to bear arms. But in the case that someone is misusing their right, then I believe it should be infringed. In that case. So I'd say partially disagree. Services like roads should be publicly owned. I've already answered this, but no, that wouldn't work. That would not work very well. If they're maintained and built by the citizens, then no one's going to want to do their job. I mean, who's paying who, right? So that's not a good idea. Without tariffs, my country's economy would likely fail. Like export tariffs? Or no, import tariffs. Wait. How does that work? Export tariffs. Wait a second. Export tariffs, yeah. Because we're selling stuff. Right? Is that tariffs? Like tariffs is like a tax, right? Yeah, it's the cost of trade. So if you're selling stuff, yeah, that I think that's tariffs, right? So would likely fail. There's a way to do trade without taxing your buyers, bro. So I'd say I partially disagree. There are ways to do things without, being a dumbass. It is necessary for the government to intervene in the economy to protect consumers. Well, let's see, the government can't do their job, which means that they wouldn't really be able to help us in this area. Well, it's to say they can't do their job well. They can do their job, but not well. Yes, it is necessary for the government to intervene in the economy to protect consumers, but only if it actually works. Like anyone can cook, but not everyone is a chef. So I can put rice and mangoes and ketchup in a pot and cook it on max heat for a few hours, and I can cook something, but it's not going to taste good. Yeah, I mean, it would be like, yeah, it's necessary to eat to you need to eat to survive, but mango and burnt rice and ketchup, gross. So it's necessary for the government to intervene only if they can only if they can actually do their job well. Most, if not all, economic crises are caused by government intervention. So that's kind of contradictory to the previous question. Or it's related in a contradictory way. Yeah, I think that's right. If not if not all economic crises are caused by government intervention. Or maybe lack thereof. I'd partially agree with that, I guess. It is important that the government follows the majority opinion, even if it's wrong. Define wrong, like morally wrong, or objectively wrong, or subjectively wrong. Like whose version of wrong? I'd say if it's morally or objectively wrong, then I'd say no. Well, because the government is supposed to have the people's interests at heart, right? Of course it doesn't, but it's supposed to. Restrictions on trade are bad for the economy. Depends on what you're trading. Guns? Weapons? If it's stupid things like food or I guess foods, electronics, like graphics cards, bro, it can be bad for the economy. Sharia law isn't as bad as people think it is. I'm not familiar with this law. Last question, then we're probably going to end it. I always get sidetracked on these questionnaires. Well, it's only the second one so far, but don't expect to be doing political discussions on flash games, huh? What is the Sharia law? Islamic legal and moral system based on the teachings of Islam. At its core, Sharia means the path or the way to live a good ethical life according to Islam. Well, I mean, not the things that Muhammad did. Oh, maybe that's separate. This is important. Sharia isn't just criminal law. It includes daily life, family matters, ethics. In some countries, parts of criminal law. How it's applied, most Muslims follow Sharia personally, like religious guidelines. Only some countries use parts of it as state law. It varies a lot by country, culture, and interpretation. People often think Sharia is harsh punishments. The majority of Sharia is about personal behavior, morality, and worship. Huh. Well, I mean, I don't know really much on the law to really talk into it too much. But I don't know. Okay. Here we go. And that's probably time. 29 minutes. Yeah, we'll call it here. 30 minutes in, give or take. It's only 6 games today. Okay, freak it. I'll do 7. 12. Counting the starts? What? Stars? What? Oh. Huh? Oh. Well, this is easy. There's only 0 stars. 3. This is vibey. 4. So you're just counting stars. Amazing. Mark it down for vibe music. Vibing music. Okay, next stream tomorrow we're going to play a 13 Days Survival, and it's a 2D3 a 2D 3D game. That's gonna do it for today. That's all I have. That's all there is. That's all I got. There's no more. That's all there is.